We live in a time of distrusts, divides, climate health, and economic dissonances. Yet, every individual has the power to contribute to a common happy future. Through our united efforts and shared determination to make a difference, to transform into a powerful force capable of
Welcome everyone. Can you hear my voice right now? Yeah, all good. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our webinar. And I'm really grateful that you are taking your time in this late hour, Indonesian time, to take a moment to listen and then to share our thoughts about what AI is going to be for our sustainable future. So our webinar today is titled Smart Tech Big Impact, AI for a Sustainable Future. And tonight we will learn how UNESCO uses AI as the innovation engine for a global change with speaker Joao Pita Costa, a senior researcher and innovation manager at the International Research Center for Artificial Intelligence under the auspices of UNESCO, or we call it IRCAI. So this webinar is a series towards our big program, which is HDX, Happy Digital X. And you can follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. You can search us on Tsinghua_C on Instagram and to see our updates. So this is a series of a webinar leading to the HDX. All right. So before we start our session today, I would like to give a chance for the time for Michael Tuori, our academic director of Tsinghua Southeast Asia Center, to share a bit about Happy Digital X. Yeah, for Mike, the time is yours. You may share your screen.
Great, thank you, Dion. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar tonight. I'd just like to take a few minutes before we begin to tell you about our upcoming program, Happy Digital X, which is very related to what we're talking about today. So if you don't know about Tsinghua Southeast Asia Center, first I will introduce about that, and then I'll tell you a bit about Happy Digital X. So Tsinghua University is the #1 university in China and ranked number 12 in the world by Times Higher Education. It's a 114-year-old university with many distinguished alumni, and is very much an engineering and technology university with the focus on AI and cybersecurity, healthcare, clean energy. It's one of the leading universities in the world. Indonesia and Tsinghua have a long and growing relationship. Here's a photo with President Prabowo meeting the chairman of Tsinghua University, Professor Cho Yong, together with Professor Stella Christie, the Vice Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, and also a professor at Tsinghua, and also with the co-chairman of the Tsinghua Southeast Asia Center, Sherry Nur Salim. So the Tsinghua Southeast Asia Center is based in Bali at the UID Bali campus. It started as a joint collaboration between United in Diversity Foundation and Tsinghua University in 2018, and our campus in Bali was inaugurated in November 2022 during the G20 summit in Bali. It's one of 4 of Tsinghua's overseas centers, and we have a very sustainable and innovative campus design using 80% recycled building materials, and it's been selected as a finalist in the 2024 World Architecture Festival. We have state-of-the-art classrooms and learning facilities with the latest technology and conference rooms. So when you think about what we do at Tsinghua Southeast Asia Center, you can think about three things: sustainability, happiness, and innovation. No matter what we're doing, we're always focused on these three areas. We take a very holistic systems thinking approach, and we do everything in a multidisciplinary way. And we believe in technology as an enabler for change. Out of these three things, sustainability, happiness, and innovation, the interesting one for me is always about happiness, because you don't hear a lot of universities talking about happiness. So where that comes from is from the Balinese philosophy of Trihita Karana. Since we're in Bali, we embrace this belief that there's three sources of happiness. It comes from harmony with people, with other people, harmony with people, with nature, and harmony between people and spirituality. And so when we look at the UN SDGs through the perspective of Trihita Karana, it becomes a pyramid. So if you come to our campus, you always see the SDGs arranged in a pyramid like it's because of the Trihita Karana. So the first 10 goals are related between people with people. So zero poverty, zero hunger, quality education are all about people with people. The next 5 goals, sustainable cities, climate action, life below water, these are about people with nature. And the final 2 goals, peace and justice and partnership for the goals, we consider as the spiritual goals. To tell you a little bit about Happy Digital X, this is our upcoming professional education program. So it's we at Tsinghua Southeast Asia Center, we only host non-degree professional education. So this is a 12-week course that's running hybrid, so both on-site in Bali and online. And it starts in July 14th this year. So this is a holistic 12-week professional development program that addresses keys to successful digital transformation by focusing on key areas such as leadership. So being able to lead with purpose and create meaningful change, developing entrepreneurial mindsets for innovative new solutions, tackling complex problems with confidence and clarity. There's a focus on AI competence and skills using the latest technology for maximum impact. And all of these things are to drive lasting change. And we do this through a series of lectures, so classes that the participants take, and also through a hands-on challenge project where the participants spend 12 weeks solving a real-world challenge. So why is the name Happy Digital X? The happy part is about people. So we don't want to forget about people when it comes to digital transformation. And the X is like a variable. So the X stands for cities, systems, products, and services. So we look at not only at the cities, but we look at the ecosystems that support the cities. And we use this as a task for solving a complex problem using technology. So we focus a lot on using AI. So how to implement AI for project management, what to consider in terms of data security and ethics, and also preparing for this new world that we live in, which AI is very much a part of. So in that regard, this webinar is really in line with what we're trying to do with HDX. We're trying to implement AI solutions to make the world or our cities more sustainable and solve these complex problems. Our faculty and instructors come not only from Tsinghua University, but also from several universities around the world and also industry leaders. So we have professors from MIT, KTH Sweden, Technical University of Munich, of course, Tsinghua University, and we have industry leaders like from Arup, Synectify, Track on Performance. So CEOs and leaders in this space of AI and technology are teaching as well. So the way that the curriculum is structured The modules are arranged into these 6 threads, which are about leadership, city planning, entrepreneurship, complex problems, technology, and smart cities. And while taking these courses through the 12 weeks, participants solve a challenge project. So this is a hands-on challenge project focused on a real-world problem. So we can see some examples from past HDX for the challenge project. So we've worked with Sumedang on digital transformation. So this is one of our successful challenge projects from HDX 1 in 2021. Sumedang came to us with the problem of stunting, where the children don't get enough nutrition early on and it affects their development for their entire life. Our participants were able in 12 weeks to develop a digital platform to collect and process data into information and insights to predict where stunting is likely to occur so that the government can intervene before the child is born or maybe before the mother is even pregnant. The participants handed over the design of this platform to the government, which implemented it and was able to reduce stunting by 50% in just 1 year. So it's a very impressive challenge project because the solution didn't come from our professors or from researchers, but it came from participants in only 12 weeks. And if you can solve a problem as complex as stunting in 12 weeks, you can handle any kind of complex problem in your organization. We've had other challenge projects in industry as well about waste management and reverse logistics in the automotive industry. We've worked with Bank Mandiri around digitizing SMEs and giving them better access to financial information and credit. We worked with the government of Denpasar in Bali to create an e-government digital platform. And many other challenge projects. So this will be our 3rd cohort of HDX. We ran the program in 2021 and 2023. We've had 7 countries represented and from all across Indonesia. And it's a very multi-sector, multidisciplinary program. So in the past, we've had about 40% of our participants coming from government and about 40% coming from industry, and the remainder coming from academia and civil society. And it's very multi-sector as well. So we're looking for participants who are leaders in their industry from the private sector, looking at how to do digital transformation and implement AI in their practices. We're looking for data and ICT experts, urban planners and social change makers, of course, government leaders from central and regional governments, and university academics as well. In this way, you work with people from different backgrounds with different strengths, and you can learn from the other participants as much as you learn from the professors. Here are some of our notable alumni to give you an idea of the kind of caliber of alumni that you would, or participants that you would be in the course alongside. So we've had notable fellows such as Pandu Shaurir, the Chief Investment Officer for Danantara. We had Pak Firman Hidayat, who's now the Executive Director for DEN, the National Economic Council for the Republic of Indonesia with Pak Luhut, and many others. So we've seen our participants come in at a high level, and we've also seen our participants' careers accelerate after joining HDX with the new skills that they have. Here is the schedule or the learning journey for HDX. So it starts with 3 days on site in Bali, starting on July 14th through the 16th. And then there's 2 weeks of online learning with 1 or 2 classes during the week in the evenings after working hours. And then we come back to Bali in week 5 for 3 days on site and then back online. And then we'll have an offline graduation at the end. So the application is now open, and the early bird tuition deadline is on the 14th of June. We also offer group discounts for 3 or more individuals from the same organization. And the application will close on the 1st of July, and the program will start on the 14th of July. So our partnering organizations, the program was developed by Tsinghua Southeast Asia Center in partnership with Tsinghua Shenzhen International Graduate School. And every participant that completes the program will be awarded the certificate from Tsinghua University. So if you have more questions, you can visit our website or contact us directly, and we'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mike, for your presentation. And yeah, I think this is very interesting program, HDX. And I would love to continue to our agenda for tonight. We will be hearing soon from João Pita Costa. Before that, I would like to introduce him. So João holds a PhD in mathematics from the University of Ljubljana, Slovenia, and is a senior researcher and innovation manager at the International Research Center for Artificial Intelligence under the auspices of UNESCO or IRCAI. He leads the development of an AI-driven SDG observatory, exploring data verticals from news, science, policies, education, and entrepreneurship, with a strong emphasis on AI ethics. Previously, he conducted research in topological data analysis at the Josef Stefan Institute and later at the spin-off Quintelligence, where he played a key role in the Midas project, leveraging big data for public health policy and contributing to AI-driven responses to COVID-19. João is also a lecturer on AI-related topics at the Barcelona Business School and has served as head of marketing at the bioinformatics company Genialis. Yeah, we will be very, very happy to hear from you, João. And we have like 116 participants here ready to listen to you. So please, the time is yours.
Thank you so much, Diane, and Mike and colleagues from Tsinghua Southeast Asia University. I'm very, very happy to take part of this Happy Digital. I was very enthusiastic about it since I heard about the program. I'm here to represent the UNESCO Center for International Research Center for Artificial Intelligence. That is very much about the innovation of AI and sustainability on its 17 verticals. And hopefully also bringing a lot of happiness to make this perfect triangle that Mike was talking about before meaningful. And I'm here today to share a bit about how AI can drive meaningful progress on a worldwide scale, on a national scale, regional scale, local scale, and what kind of initiatives and projects are we taking over at IRCAI to allow for this to fast forward. So let me just see. Okay, IRCAI was created with a clear mission to combine scientific excellence, public dialogue, technology to build the future in a sustainable perspective, fair for all. It was established with the ministry in the heart of Europe, in Slovenia, between Italy, Croatia, Austria, many countries that you probably know, and in a country that has been also a pioneer in the development of artificial intelligence. Some of the first experts of machine learning came from here, from where I stand, where I'm streaming, including big names in the AI field today, like Yuri Leskovats in Stanford. AI has a massive potential but it needs to be applied responsibly with global benefits in mind. And today I'll show a bit about how our projects, the open data infrastructure, and AI, and particularly the AI-driven SDG Observatory, to contribute to that vision. But IRCAI is also very much involved in global initiatives in the context of policy innovation, um, working with the Council of Europe, with UNESCO, with UN, with the Digital for Development initiative, also promoting financing programs, capacity building, and AI for that matter as well, and addressing global challenges, setting up global networks of AI competences, such as the Nexus network from Brazil to China, putting in place the main drivers of change in the world for what represents AI and sustainability. And before diving into applications, a bit of a quick view on how the AI works from the perspective of machine learning, which is maybe the most popular and well-known methodology in AI, and the idea of classifying. It's a bit of an example idea of using computer vision to classify what is if a given image is a cat, a dog, or a bird. So now imagine that we have given the system to learn many images of cats, dogs, birds, of many kinds, and we have noted that the cats, which ones are cats, which ones are dogs, which ones are birds, and then we are going to feed the system with that information, and the algorithm that has several layers of information will be training those layers, each layer or each passage of this layer going using probabilities to do so, to be able to learn how to assign if it's bird, cat, or dog to an image. And now we are going to, and that's the training data set. And now we're going to give them new data that was not in the data set before, a new image of your favorite cat or your favorite dog or your favorite bird. And we're going to give the system to provide you with some probability if it's a cat, dog, bird, through the system and through what it already learns. And as we can learn such a system using images, using labeled photos, we can also do using genetic images, for example, in the context of genetics. We can do it using text as well. And now to go a little bit on the direction of the large language models, the big, let's say, trendy images of ChatGPT and Llama and so on, and Anthropic. We give a very fast example of where we're trying to identify what's the next word. And so there's a sequence of words that are being established with some probability to generate the phrase. For example, cheesecake is made out of cream cheese, sugar, and that "and" will then have several words that are probable, that are probable because the system has ingested so much data that was able to see what are the frequency of different words coming out of that structure in the different data that it learned. So it provides that probability, and then it chooses the most appropriate one according to the biggest probability and some conditionings that we might want to put on it. And in fact, the large language models that we know today are quite a bit more complicated than that. But the general idea really is funded on that context of probability of ingested data, of labeled data, and sometimes also on unsupervised data. Of course, if the system knows a priori what is to be classified, what type of answer that we want to give, that is very useful and makes the system very useful. But sometimes is also very useful to consider, to let the system decide on this type of features that are to be identified and found. A side of this that I'm not going to be discussing much today, but is important to take into consideration, is the concept of explainable AI, of going out of this concept of black box, of not knowing how the algorithms are structuring the systems, and being able to use certain artifacts and strategies to do so. What we are doing in this context is applying artificial intelligence on text and on time series to data from different sources and nature, to be able to look into the different targets and the different guidelines established by the UN as targets for aims for 2030. We're 5 years away. And just like Mike was saying, to provide these different perspectives on where we want to move towards to, and they are very, very different, from poverty to food security, healthcare being the third one, education and open education, the context of gender, of water sustainability, clean energy. So there are a lot of these aspects that if we want to go and break them through, there's much directions and much things to say in each one of them, right? So giving the example of sustainable cities and communities, where when we talk about their resilience, we talk about their resilience in terms of in relation also with other SDGs like the climate change, but in themselves, we're talking about mobility, urbanism, ideas of smart cities, and also human rights in that context as well. But air quality and so on. So there's a vast variety of aspects that make these SDGs as targets so interesting to consider in the context of artificial intelligence applications. And what we provide is the platform that has as one first objective to understand or to measure the progress of the Sustainable Development Goals in through different scope of perspectives. We're looking into the news. We are having for each of the key for each of the Sustainable Development Goals. You choose one, your favorite Sustainable Citizen Communities, SDG 11 or SDG 13, the climate change, or the SDG 17 on the cooperation, and you look into. You can see the news worldwide. You can see the sentiment calculated over the text that is generated in the news. We are highlighting some projects that we are that we take very that we really care about, that are focusing on that. So it is really also a platform for research collaboration, and I must say that a big part of the vision and mission of IRCAI that I represent, it really is to drive these research collaboration initiatives for the benefit of all. It is important also to have a space for discussion, and that's also why we're bringing these dashboards curated by the experts. When we're talking about development, there's no development in AI applications where you don't have somebody from the domain that you need to that we need to discuss with, to be able to actually find the most relevant answers and the most relevant data sets for this. And finally, one of the aims that we are working to reach this year is to be able to actually create some LLM structure informed by these SDGs that will serve as a AI agent for each of the SDGs that you can talk with as an expert that has information based on all that we ingest, all that we know as a fact, and is going to be basing on those facts that will be able to explore those perspectives. And even this is something that we've been discussing also recently, to be able, for example, to construct new didactic materials and open education resources based on that real data, to be able to lead us all in our different levels of capacity towards that progress of sustainable development. But as you can imagine, this is not an easy task. We are looking into 6 different vectors, six different verticals, from the worldwide news media, multilingual, to scientific achievements worldwide, and how can we take that worldwide knowledge that we have in our hands, that everybody has, because a big part of it is an open set, and extract the right information in the right time for the right actions, the policies that relate with the implementation of that knowledge, the educational resources to progress further that barrier, and the innovation ecosystems around AI and sustainable development, AI and sustainability, all under some baseline statistical indicators that bring the ground truth from agencies like the UN, World Bank, and well-established ones. Now, if we go in the direction of looking into some of the applications in some of those SDGs that are also important here for Happy Digital. Climate action, for example, we use AI forecast to water resource availability and disaster risk over the next decade. We are exploring with hydrology researchers, with the Water Education Institute from UNESCO in IIG Delft, and with other big players, what are these different conditionings, and using sometimes simple machinery, simple simple methods, sometimes a bit more complicated, like the Markov chains that you have on the left, on the right, to be able to explore the signals that that data has to bring and to construct different perspectives for sustainability and resilience based on different aspects of the climate change. Our mentor here is IRCAD Chair Aidan O'Sullivan, that is in the University College London, is a professor in the University College London, and is also working very much on the carbon emissions side. The exploring the news, for example, just one simple example on the question of agriculture and food security is very important. Now imagine that as agriculture and smart agriculture and supply chain, and just yesterday I was having a lecture exactly about the impact of AI in the supply chain, in the security and resilience of the supply chain based on some projects we had. Now, having a good understanding of what are the innovations there that are being very fast will really provide us something useful for all of us. But sometimes a lot of that is blocked by language, by the way that the news are written, by the access to that, and so on and so forth. And so, in fact, having this perspective that is centralized and that goes over the languages through this multilingual perspective will be really useful to bring us best practices and innovation stories that we can bring and reuse independently where we are. Other examples, for example, in clean energy and resource efficiency can come, for example, from the exploration of science and technology, like I mentioned, all that explorations and the trends across time. We can look, for example, into just based on the research papers that are published, what are the trends and the connections, the ones that talk about the same topics, what are the new topics that come up, to be able to really create a base knowledge that will serve us to construct the innovation of tomorrow. And then health and well-being. It's something that I really care about as well, because public health was let's say the starting bit of all these ideas almost 10 years ago now. But now looking at policy, looking at healthcare from the AI policy level, where AI is really disrupting is really disrupting the healthcare side, and how can we use this AI boosted knowledge that we can grasp today towards a bit of a demystification of the dangers of AI, towards the benefits of AI, exploring, for example, also in some way the context of the data bias and fairness by exploring the topics that are inside of different policies worldwide, regionally, and so on. And here we are working together with OECD AI for this. The SDG 11, the urban development and smart cities, is something that is very much dear to us. We are working a lot on the context of innovation and entrepreneurship, on that many different varieties and levels. This SDG 11 was one of the was the topic chosen this year to do many different actions. So AI and sustainable cities and communities. where we've been leading since February many different actions, competitions, keynotes, workshops, a lot of them in the context of our of work with GITEX and with our colleagues AI in Africa. And next week we are going to be having a substantial presence on the GITEX Europe in Berlin, bringing a competition of SMEs and startups. I'll explain this in a minute. And finally, the education that has been quite a strong side of IRCAI. For example, and this is an example on the management, on the waste management and circular economy, where these topics really need a lot of capable training, professional training, and understanding of where to put these topics in agendas and in curriculums, and how to use AI towards extracting the best practices to do so, and having some automated mentorships and so on. IRCAI, beyond observatories, produces research papers, policy recommendations, and a dedicated journal for AI and sustainable development that I'm very much part of as well. Some of our recent projects include AI-powered flood detection in social media, sentiment analysis, water issues. There's much work being done here, and this really is a call out for your participation. We just closed 2 big competitions with Amazon AWS for AI Equity Challenge and for Compute for Climate, and we are very much engaged on pushing many of these forward, hopefully soon with Bali as well. Towards the end, I just wanted to say that one of the competitions that we prepared for the GITEX Africa in April, that followed the event in Dubai and GITEX as well, aiming for AI for sustainable cities and communities, that will forward towards Berlin next week. In this challenge, we took PhD students and startups that would start with one idea, and in a few weeks, in 4 weeks, would go through a training with access to the best experts in the world in an hybrid session, and be able then to have maybe more theoretical sessions, more practical sessions, building from the idea to collecting the local data, because it's the local problems and the local data that will be driving the very efficient solutions built in 4 weeks, building the AI methodology and algorithm to actually being able to pitch it in front of a jury with extinguished guests. With this year, we even had one of our partners was Manus AI, that many of you probably already know, and we had the government, research, industry to be able to adopt that, because it is important in this type of activities to follow it, to build and to continue and to boost that capacity together. So thank you for the time, and I'm going to be very enthusiastic on the breakout rooms that Diane is going to talk about in a minute, on the discussions held there.
Thanks, Joao. Very, very interesting presentation, and I already have like so many questions in my mind. But first of all, I would love to give the floor. Before I give the floor for questions, I have one burning question. So how do we keep up with your competition, or how do we engage with UNESCO? Yeah, what would be the best
Yes,
channel to follow?
the best channel definitely the irkai.org. That's the page, and the LinkedIn. This is the one that I use the most. I'm happy to accept anybody that I mean I'm there as João Peter Koch, and I'm really sharing a lot of these opportunities in my colleagues as well. So irkai.org, I would say, is the central point. LinkedIn is the let's say the second channel that could be very much used.
Okay, all right. So you know where to find what Joao has been working on if you want to engage with him later, and UNESCO in general and IRCAI. So please, if anyone wants to ask questions, you can unmute yourself or type on the chat box your questions. Oh, okay. There is one question already from Morris from the Ministry of Communication and Digital of the Republic of Indonesia. So he wanted to ask about the topic of AI, which is the backbone of the world digitalization and the milestone of smart cities. But AI is often feared because in making something, we have to enter data, even sensitive data for the wider community. And how to prevent this AI disaster, so the AI can be the good side of the history, is the reformer of to save a human
Yes.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are different methodologies nowadays that really take that into consideration. I would say that healthcare really was a big driver for that because they really need this data privacy. Many of these systems can be deployed locally. Even some large language models can be deployed locally. So this is definitely an option. There are specific methodologies that when they are designed, they can be explored in what is named federate learning, so that the system, the algorithm is learning on your data, but your data stays with you. It doesn't go out. And of course, I need to I need to make publicity of the large language model, the Sea Lion, that Indonesia and the government of Indonesia and Kodika in particular is very much engaged on. Is being built together with Singapore, and and we have great expectations that will be building this AI with much more Indonesian context, and that would be much more safe and intelligent using the Indonesian capacity, and not just general purpose. Yes.
Okay. Okay, there's one more question before we move on to our breakout session. So one of the current concerns surrounding AI is the validity and reliability of its output, and how the UNESCO and other such international organizations incorporate AI-generated results into their decision-making process, and what measure do you or do they take to ensure the trustworthiness and accountability of these technologies?
Yeah, this is a very important question. We are we are not alone. We are working together with experts from worldwide experts in UNESCO, in the ministries, in the research, in universities. So we are able to capture the, let's say, very safe perspectives on what to implement, but also what to share, and how to share it, and deal with aspects of AI governance in research, and in the products that we bring in. That's a very important nowadays, because we are still under this AI, let's say, era where everybody's talking about it, but not everybody understands it completely. And here, the key really is to understand well what you're bringing, what are the objectives that you are having, what is the problem, and what are the characteristics of the problem that you have to solve. Because sometimes deep learning is not the solution for everything. Large language models are not a solution for everything. And so having a very good understanding of the problem and the AI methods that you need, and the data that you are going to be using, is fundamental, it's key. And there's many institutions just like IRCAI that will be very happy to help you with it, and to help you solving those larger problems.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna give one more question because I think it's very interesting to answer. From Bunga from the Ministry of Communication and Digital Affairs. So she hasn't explored IRCAI's work on SDG 13 in depth, but
Okay.
she's curious, and has IRCAI addressed the social inequalities related to emissions from electric vehicle production using AI on a global scale?
Yes, we haven't directly addressed that, but that's a very, very important topic that has been in I would say, global discussion. And in these global discussions that we can work together. This is definitely some topic that could use the SDG Observatory to and the efforts that we're doing through it to analyze problems like that. Because we are holding data from news, from published science and policies regarding electric vehicles and electric vehicle production. So, for example, taking into consideration countries and characteristics of a certain country, and being able to explore that levels of inequalities would be something very relevant this together. I just wanted to remind that what we bring at this SDG Observatory, that is going to have several phases of launch during this year. It's something that is not a paid product. Is a product is a software by the UNESCO, by the IRCAI, and it's going to be available for everybody to explore together with this data and with the research opportunities that it brings.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, now it's a time for a breakout session. So participants will be divided randomly into 5 groups, and you will from now you will be directed into groups. Yeah, you can, if the group has all Indonesian speaking, and then you can discuss in Indonesian. But if there is one person or two speaking English, then we can try to do it in English. At the end of the breakout session, which is 25 minutes, we will giving you 25 minutes to discuss. You will have a chance to voluntarily on voluntary basis to share the discussions, what you discuss in the group. Not all of you will have a chance to present because we are limited in time. But yeah, we open the floor for a volunteer. So these are the questions for you to discuss within the 25 minutes. We only have 2 questions, but it's up to you. If one question is more interesting to answer than the other, we don't push you to answer all of these questions, but this is just a guiding question to start the conversation about the AI, and how that will be, how you see the relevance in your institution and in your cause that you are working on, and then yeah, what stood out most from this, what Joao has just shared. Okay, I leave it to you and the facilitators to guide the breakout room. Yeah, and Joao, you can go anywhere.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Mhm.
Here, will you be more comfortable speaking in Bahasa Indonesia or in English? Because I think I don't see any non or any foreign speakers here. So if everyone's comfortable with Bahasa Indonesia, it's fine as well. Ada yang anyone's not speaking Bahasa Indonesia? Oke, sepertinya semuanya orang Indonesia ya di sini ya. Oke, jadi kita mulai saja diskusi di breakout room 4 ini. Nah, mungkin tadi seperti diinstruksikan oleh Ibu MC, Mbak Dian, itu kita yang pertama mau mendiskusikan kilas balik tentang presentasi yang tadi dibawakan oleh Zhao gitu. Mungkin aku kopas dulu pertanyaan diskusi kita malam ini. Oke. Jadi mungkin untuk diskusi yang pertama, saya ingin mendengar dari teman-teman sekalian ini, Bapak dan Ibu, mungkin dari presentasi yang sudah didengar tadi mengenai apa saja yang dilakukan oleh UNESCO dalam ERC AI, apakah ada eh, topik partikular, topik khususnya yang stood out the most atau yang paling menarik untuk Bapak dan Ibu. Mungkin saya membuka forum ini untuk semuanya yang ada di breakout room for ini, dan mungkin bisa dimulai dengan memperkenalkan diri terlebih dahulu, nama, institusi, serta pekerjaannya. Baik, mungkin ada yang mau memulai? Masih malu-malu rupanya. Mungkin saya coba pilih ya dari Bapak dan Ibu yang di sini, dari yang buka kamera dulu mungkin ya. Ada Pak Krisna, Pak Faisal Amin, Ibu Azalia, Ibu Ana Krisna, Ibu Zulkarnain. Mungkin ada yang mau menceritakan eh, kesan dan pesan setelah tadi mendengar presentasi dari Zhao.
Baik, saya mendahului ya. Izin.
Baik, Pak Krisna, silakan.
Saya Krisna dari Badan Perencanaan Pembangunan Daerah Bali. Ya, dari presentasi tadi rupanya sudah dimanfaatkan banyak ya untuk AI, untuk khususnya SDGs tadi ya yang dipaparkan ya. Dan saya kira itu relevan sekali untuk saat ini dan memang perlu diimplementasikan khususnya di pemerintahan karena begitu banyak isu permasalahan yang ada dan membutuhkan pertimbangan untuk pengambilan keputusan ya. Dan saya kira AI ini akan mampu untuk menjadi bahan pertimbangan itu ya, untuk mempermudah tentunya ya. Saya juga baru ini ya, apa namanya ya, mendapat wawasan tentang AI ini ya, terbatas ya wawasan wawasan saya maksudnya. Jadi mungkin nanti saya akan banyak mendengar dari teman-teman sekalian aja untuk ini ya, kira-kira apa wawasan yang lebih banyak lagi untuk saya dapatkan. Ya, terima kasih.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Krisna. Kalau boleh saya mungkin mau bertanya follow up question Pak. Kalau Bapak jadi bekerja di Bapeda Bali ya Pak ya?
Iya, betul.
Oke. Kalau sampai sekarang ini apakah Bapeda Bali mempunyai ketertarikan penggunaan AI atau mungkin sudah menggunakan AI di aktivitas ya Pak?
Saya kira belum ya.
Oh, baik. Mungkin
belum
nanti
sampai
ke
ke sana.
depannya ya, Pak ya.
Ya.
Nanti bisa berkolaborasi dengan UNESCO atau IRC-AI ya Pak ya,
Eh,
untuk
Memang untuk saat
mengintegrasi.
ini ada proyek yang masih
Mm-mm.
berjalan ya, yaitu
Mm-mm.
terkait dengan apa namanya, eh, apa namanya, aduh, untuk penanganan kemiskinan maksud saya. Ya, jadi kita tahu kalau di Bali ini kan kemiskinannya memang terendah ya, tetapi itu sangat sulit di dilakukan pengurangan lagi karena kondisinya memang sebagian besar sudah lanjut usia, kemudian disabilitas, dan sedikit yang mungkin terkait dengan pendidikan dan budaya ya. Nah, itu sangat sulit sekali ternyata untuk mengatasinya. Nah, saat ini memang sedang diupayakan untuk integrasi data di kami terkait sosial, terkait pendidikan, semua. Dan eh, saya tidak tahu apakah itu nanti menggunakan machine learning atau lebih kepada AI ya untuk pengambilan keputusan itu. Ya.
Baik, terima kasih banyak Pak Krisna atas sharingnya. Kalau saya dengar sih sebenarnya banyak sekali potensi AI yang bisa dipakai untuk membantu pekerjaan Bapeda terutama dalam data decision makingnya ya Pak ya. Dan ya, sangat looking forward untuk melihat perkembangan di Bapeda Bali. Baik, mungkin untuk teman-teman yang lain, Bapak dan Ibu yang lain, sekiranya mungkin ada dari sektor pemerintah juga atau mungkin dari ada sektor private, CSO atau NGO, silakan. Mungkin kali ini kita, kalau tadi sudah laki-laki, kita ke perempuan dulu kali ya. Um, ini saya lihat ada Mbak Ana Kristina atau Mbak Azalia. Mungkin ada tertarik untuk sharing-sharing sedikit mengenai tadi setelah mendengar presentasi dari Jal, apakah ada yang paling menarik untuk presentasinya?
Oke, boleh open mic?
Boleh, silakan Mbak Azalia.
Ya, sebelumnya perkenalkan nama aku Azalia Nashwa Buwono. Kebetulan aku baru saja lulus dari SMA Internasional Budi Mulia II Yogyakarta. Dan kebetulan juga di SMA Budi Mulia II ini baru membuka Universitas PLAI, itu yaitu Politeknik AI, yang berfokus pada cyber security dan lain sebagainya. Dan tentunya isu pada pembelajaran di malam hari ini akan menjadi sesuatu yang sangat bagus gitu ya. Untuk fokusku sendiri sebenarnya aku mengikuti webinar pada malam hari ini adalah bagaimana AI ini bisa membantu dalam education-nya, dalam pendidikannya begitu. Nah, untuk dalam pendidikan sendiri saya lihat itu sudah sangat membantu ya, terutama seperti nanti AI dalam teknologi, mungkin dalam pengajarannya gitu kan. Dan di SMA saya sendiri, itu dalam metode pembelajaran kita sudah menggunakan iPad learning gitu. Dan di situ otomatis sudah mengoptimalkan adanya teknologi. Dan juga kami boleh untuk membuka AI seperti tadi yang sudah ditampilkan oleh Mr. Joy, itu ada ChatGPT dan sebagainya, itu boleh digunakan tetapi sebagai referensi, bukan sebagai cheating or something. Nah, tetapi yang di sini yang perlu kita concerning, yang perlu kita khawatirkan sebenarnya adalah bagaimana ketika kami kan berada di negara Indonesia ya, itu masih ada beberapa daerah yang berada di daerah 3T gitu, yang dimana daerah ini harus diutamakan. Ketika kita ingin AI ini maju gitu ya, tetapi kita juga harus mengkhawatirkan mereka yang berada di daerah 3T ini bagaimana, karena teknologi saja mereka masih istilahnya mereka masih belum mengerti sama sekali gitu. Lantas apa nih step awal untuk kita bisa memperkenalkan dan mengoptimalkan kemajuan AI dan juga dengan kemajuan daerah-daerah yang masih belum terkena teknologi sama sekali gitu, terutama dalam kualitas pendidikannya gitu sih. Terima kasih.
Baik, terima kasih Mbak Azalia. Tadi sebenarnya poinnya sangat menarik dan penting sekali, terutama tentang challenges dalam penerapan AI ini. Betul, salah satu challenge apalagi di Indonesia kan negaranya sangat luas ya, tidak hanya satu dua tempat gitu, benar termasuk salah satu negara paling terbesar di dunia gitu. Dan dengan banyaknya daerah-daerah yang terpinggir, daerah tertinggal, itu challenge-nya sangat besar sekali akses untuk teknologi, akses untuk edukasi sendiri mengenai teknologi ya, dan itu em, sangatlah membutuhkan kolaborasi yang tidak hanya dilakukan oleh pemerintah tapi juga dengan institusi internasional seperti UNESCO dan juga private institusi gitu ya. Nah, tadi menarik sekali. Terima kasih banyak atas sharingnya Mbak Azalia. Mungkin dari teman-teman yang lain lagi mau sharing-sharing juga.
Izin boleh?
Izin ya,
Oh,
boleh
silakan.
berkomentar.
Oh, baik. Ini Pak Yogo atau Pak Ibu? Pak Yogo dulu mungkin ya. Nanti Ibu Ana selanjutnya.
Baik, izin rekan-rekan sekalian, apakah suara saya terdengar?
Dengar Pak Yogo.
Oke, izin memperkenalkan diri rekan-rekan sekalian. Nama saya Yogo Prihandoko. Saya dari Kementerian Komunikasi dan Digital. Mungkin tadi sharing sedikit ya terkait dengan bahan yang paparan disampaikan oleh Mr. Joao. Yang paling menarik itu adalah terkait dengan exploring the interoperability between the perspective of different data source. Bagaimana AI ini bisa mensupport community priorities dan AI ini bisa mengekspor worldwide practice. Jadi ada ketergantungan dengan AI bisa terkait dengan indikator, news, research, and policies. Bagaimana AI bisa menggabungkan itu semua terkait dengan apa yang ada di paparan tersebut. Nah, mungkin sharing yang kedua, sharing sedikit terkait dengan pekerjaan ya. Untuk saat ini saya sudah menggunakan AI untuk pembuatan term of reference, uh, terus kemudian dengan bagaimana kita membuat budget prediction atau budget allocation di RAB atau rencana anggaran biaya gitu kita sudah membuat melalui AI. Itu tapi AI itu bukan hanya sebagai supporting aja. Jadi dan dengan ini pun saya juga sudah buat AI dekat dengan presentasi. Bagaimana kita membuat presentasi itu lebih menarik, lebih atraktif dan lebih uh, uh, apa, lebih bermanfaat bagi orang lain. Mungkin itu sekedar sharing dari saya. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mohon maaf sebelumnya ini sepertinya ada tadi masalah teknis dengan sinyal saya. Pak Yogo, ya silakan Pak. Tadi terakhir saya mendengar mengenai penggunaan AI dalam pembuatan TOR dan budget prediction di kementerian.
Betul, Mbak. Untuk saat ini sih emang kami menggunakan ChatGPT atau Gemini itu untuk membuat referensi terkait dengan TOR, Mbak. Term of, term of reference terkait dengan kegiatan kami, Pak, di kementerian dan menggunakan tadi itu ChatGPT juga terkait dengan RAB, rencana anggaran biaya. Jadi dari sini mereka bisa memprediksi uh, terkait dengan prediksi penggunaan biaya, alokasi biaya yang akan digunakan selama setahun, baik itu di tahun 2026 maupun sampai dengan 2029. Nah, dan tadi saya sampaikan juga untuk AI pun kita memakai juga untuk pembuatan paparan atau slide presentasi, Mbak. Gitu. Jadi menggunakan Slides.go itu kita bisa membuat dan Heigen juga bisa membuat suatu presentasi lebih atraktif, informatif dan lebih easy learning, mudah dipahami oleh siapapun. Mungkin itu sekian dari saya. Terima kasih.
Halo, tes. Oke, maaf tadi sepertinya sempat terpotong lagi. Saya tadi mau menanyakan follow up question kepada Pak Yogo. Terus sekarang kan kalau Menteri Komdigi juga sudah aktif ya Pak menggunakan AI seperti Hai Zhao,
Hello, hello.
welcome.
Thank
We were
you.
discussing in Bahasa.
It's great. I love to hear
You
Bahasa.
don't mind?
No, of course not.
Oh, okay. Okay. Pak Yogo, oh yeah, because I just heard an insight from the Ministry of Communication and Digital of Republic of Indonesia, and they said that they have been applying AI in their daily activities using ChatGPT, or Gemini, or SlideGo for making TOR, the budget estimations, as well as making presentation. And so I was wondering if there were any challenges that they experience in using AI in their daily activities. Pak Yogo, kalau mungkin apakah ada tantangan tersendiri dalam penggunaan AI tersebut, Pak? Bisa dijawab dalam bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris?
Baik, izin untuk tantangan mungkin uh, ini kan untuk ini kan baru Mbak. Mungkin lebih banyak sekarang nih di Komdigi lebih banyak mengembangkan terkait dengan training dan pelatihan AI Mbak. Jadi diharapkan semua pegawai Komdigi itu bisa mampu menggunakan AI dalam kehidupan sehari-harinya maupun di pekerjaannya juga. Jadi bagus sih Mbak sekarang di Komdigi Mbak sudah mulai diaktifkan terkait dengan pelatihan-pelatihan AI Mbak sekarang gitu. Jadi tantangannya kan kita ingin semua orang tuh melek teknologi, bukan hanya dari umur 30 ke bawah maupun 40 ke atas pun sampai 50 ke atas pun harus bisa tahu tentang AI. Jadi itu tantangan ke depannya bagaimana kita bisa memanfaatkan AI untuk semua pegawai Komdigi.
Oke, baik. Terima kasih Pak Yogo atas sharingnya. Oke. Hmm, Apakah ada yang lain dari Bapak Ibu yang ingin sharing?
Mungkin
Lebih
boleh
lagi, oh itu Ibu
komentar
Ana
sedikit.
Kristina.
Ini tinggal
Silakan.
4 menit lagi ya.
Betul.
Kalau
Mungkin
saya kebetulan saya sama dengan Pak Yogo, saya dari Kementerian Komunikasi dan Digital. Tapi saya ingin menyoroti dari perspektif lain. Kalau saya pribadi, saya tertariknya dengan ini sih open science ya, AI as an open science. Kalau sekarang sih sebenarnya ada open access AI tools ya, seperti Semantic Scholar ya, dari the Allen Institute for AI. Tapi ingin juga kalau di Indonesia itu bisa bisa ada seperti Indonesia Open Science Initiative, jadi seperti platform integrasi AI untuk kolaborasi dan akses science gitu, yang terbuka untuk siapapun, untuk kementerian, untuk peneliti, untuk pendidikan. Dan apa sebenarnya ingin tahu kalau di UNESCO itu apakah sudah ada inisiatif seperti ini atau belum?
Terima kasih, Bu Ana.
Oke.
Mungkin ya, untuk pertanyaan terakhir, nanti kita tanyakan ke Xiao jika memang masih ada waktunya, atau mungkin kalau nanti tidak ada waktu, Ibu Ana juga bisa mengirimkan pesan ke email. Tadi Xiao juga sempat mengirimkan email untuk pertanyaan mengenai perihal tersebut itu.
Boleh di-share lagi emailnya di chat?
Boleh? Boleh, saya nanti ya. Berikut ya Ibu, email sudah ada di chat room. Oke, ini karena waktu kita tinggal 2 menit lagi, ada pesan dan pesan terakhir. Oh, dan juga nanti mungkin akan dipilih representatif dari backup room 4 yang ingin mengemukakan salah satunya, mengemukakan tadi yang sudah didiskusikan. Mungkin mau ada volunteer yang mau volunteer nanti untuk mengemukakan pesan tadi. Tadi ada Pak Krisna, Mbak Azalia, Pak Yogo, dan juga Ibu Ana. Mungkin nanti kita lihat di main room ya. Nanti siapa yang bisa ditunjuk untuk menceritakan sedikit mengenai pesan-pesannya. Oke, baik. Ini karena kita tinggal 1 menit lagi, mungkin ada last comments, ada last insights juga. Boleh, silakan.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Rila, saya dari Komdigi. Eh, kalau dari saya pribadi mungkin nanti boleh minta slides-nya juga ya, Mbak.
Baik,
Karena for me it's very good insight, especially there's a lot of success stories was presented, dan yang kedua mungkin ya saya sangat appreciate ya, karena menurut saya ini penting banget untuk tahu banyak penggunaan AI di sektor manapun, karena dari sisi eh, misalnya dalam personal pekerjaan saya yang berhubungan dengan di pusat kebijakan strategis, di mana kita harus em, membuat rekomendasi, terutama gimana ya caranya membuat efisien semua hal yang ada terutama nggak cuma di dalam Komdigi, tapi juga di institusi pemerintah lainnya, supaya bisa lebih efektif dan efisiensi itu goals-nya terutama gitu. Terima kasih. Terima kasih atas seminarnya.
terima kasih banyak Ibu Rila. Saya senang sekali mendengar bahwa sebenarnya ini sangat berguna untuk banyak teman-teman di sini. Oke, baik. Maka kita tutup dulu diskusi di breakout room 4 ini. Terima kasih banyak teman-teman dan sampai bertemu lagi di main room.
Hello, welcome back everyone.
Thanks.
Is everyone here?
Yes, okay.
Do we still have people in the breakout room, or all of you have been kicked out?
I think everyone is back now.
Yeah.
Everyone is automatically back to main room.
Okay, cool. Great. So thank you everyone for participating in each breakout room. And I would like to give you the opportunity for maybe volunteer to share what you just discussed in your group. So maybe I think I've jumped into one group to another and I've heard some interesting insights. So maybe anyone would like to share their discussion? No one? Okay, nobody wants to share what's in the breakout room. Maybe the facilitator would like to, maybe if you think your discussion is very interesting and then you want to share, maybe facilitator can help to share. Mike, Putra, Rifki, Dita, because yeah, no one here wants to volunteer.
Somebody
Okay,
needs to be first.
Yeah.
okay. Let me be the first one then, Mbak Dian. So I'll start with some notes that I actually get from the group that I facilitated. So there were two maybe like issues or not maybe issues, but there were two items that are shared. The first one is about Sumedang actually. So the Sumedang Regency is actually right now they are building a localized version of their own localized version of AI, and to find out like a solution about the social issue that they are having right now. So they are still in the data collecting phase. They have like numerous and a lot of data that they can use, but as of now, it's still in the probably still in the learning phase, so it's not yet ready to be used as a decision-making tools. So they have started to use like faces to help with the stunting issue. And right now, they are collecting more and more data for other social issues to be used in the decision-making phase. And then the second one is actually Mbak Bunga from the ComDigi, the Ministry of Communication and Digital. Mbak Bunga shared a little bit about AI. They use AI to capture the cellular service in Indonesia. So working with the cellular operator, of course, and um, as of now, the data that are being provided by the AI are still um, being questioned for the validity, quote unquote, because the machine learning is still in progress. So they continue to keep doing check and balances for these data that are presented to the ministry. So maybe that's from my group. Anyone would like to continue? Thank you.
Thanks, Putra. I heard Mike would also like to share.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Yeah, we talked about in our group some of the concerns with AI about how to get the quality data and make sure that the data is reliable, and also preventing bias in the AI output as well. And then we talked about how we're using AI for different things like content creation and different applications, like using AI in the training programs, or linking it with the Internet of Things so that we can get more out of our devices for things like health and well-being. And finally, we touched a little bit on how AI can help with the waste management problem, which I think is a big topic for everyone in Indonesia currently, and it's going to be a big topic for us in the HGX program coming up in July. So if you're interested in solving this problem of waste management in your city or community, I think HGX is a great way to go deeper into that. We just touched on it for a minute or two, but it'll be a big topic for us. Thank you.
Great, awesome. I'm so pumped. I want to apply for HDX now. So maybe if no one else would like to share their what's been discussed in the group, so I think maybe Joe would like to respond to what been said.
Yeah, so maybe starting by the waste management, that's definitely something to let's say work on together in the years ahead. It's very important to first understand the local context of the problem and understand it well, understand the data that we are collecting, and to be able to choose better what type of machine learning are we going to be using. We have to remember that AI can come with very high costs of computing power, but it also can come with very, very low, insignificant costs. We were just now in Malawi, in the in the southern side of Africa, with a tiny ML workshop for through the UNESCO, the ICTP section, where we were exploring with the communities how to use this almost not even energy consuming systems based on very small devices that can do machine learning for computer vision, for sound recognition, even to interact with large language models, and how to then use that in the profit. Because particularly Mike was talking about IoT. IoT could be very interesting as well here in the context of waste management as well. And what I suggest in that context, I'm just going to write here tiny ML, and then I can give you, of course, more information about it. But this is a big community with many examples that you can use. You can even get the devices and try it out for this purpose. But there are like these. There are many other initiatives that we need to know. We are in a time where we can be reading the new. Can be reading in Baza the news from Brazil and understanding how Brazil is dealing, or how maybe Germany or I don't know, Canada is dealing with waste management. Um, in our own language. So we are able to use and this, of course, these translation systems have machine learning and AI in them. So we can really explore these good practices to move further our initiatives, innovations, and build together things. Yeah, but your problem, your data, your local characteristics, and not one size fits all.
Yeah, absolutely. No one size fits all. Yeah, I think if no one, do we still have anyone who would like to share what has been discussed in the group? No? Otherwise, we would like to close this webinar with big thanks for all of you, and thank you so much for spending time with us, and then put your thoughts in this AI application and the progress. And I would like to share with you some our upcoming programs. We have the 2025 Conference on Indigenous Wisdom in the Contemporary World. We are open for papers. Please submit your abstract by the 1st of July. So we would like to invite all these researchers and also scholars, practitioners can write about the application of Trita Karana in the contemporary world in the many different themes. You can check out our website as well. So next, also we have HDX for sure. So we are opening our registration, and then if you still have questions, please don't hesitate to contact us if you would like to know more about this program. And next, yeah, so we would like to have your feedback. And for the two participants, the lucky participant, we will do a lucky draw. For two of you, we will give you a special merchandise. It will be sent to your home. So maybe if you can spare 1 minute or two to give your feedback, or you can just screenshot or take the picture of the QR code, and then you can do it later on. Okay, everyone got their QR code ready? Yeah, and those of you from the government institutions or anyone who would like to have a certificate, e-certificate from this webinar, you can do it as well. So you can go scan this QR code and then, yeah, just fill in your details, and then we will give you the e-certificate there. All right, so we will be, is it okay to share your presentation, Zhao? Yeah? Okay. You are muted.
Yes, of course. I'll be putting it in my LinkedIn in a few minutes.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so that I'll put it as
Yeah.
a document and it's shared.
Right. Thank you so much. Okay, that's the end of our webinar, and thank you everyone for coming and spend time with us. And before we close, we would like to do the classic screenshot photo together. So please turn on your camera so everyone can be in the picture. Oof. Okay. So
Many of us.
yeah, many of us, like 100 people. Awesome. Okay. So the one who is taking picture ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. One slide, and the next slide. 1, 2, 3. And then the third slide. 1, 2, 3. Fourth slide. 1, 2, 3. And the last slide. Okay, since so many of us, so we now have to take picture one by one. Okay, great. All the pictures have been taken? Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Thanks
everyone.
again.
Yeah.
Thanks again for the organization, and be looking forward for further discussions with those of you that want to continue this.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Udah sampai ke program ya, belum sampai ya.
Thank you. Apa ini?
Sudah juga. Baru ini.
The WITA Karana Universal Reflection Journey is more than just an event. It's a call to pause, to reflect deeply, and to heal from within so that we can approach our global challenges with open minds, open hearts, and open wills.
Today we gather to amplify the spirit of togetherness, lighting candles as a flame of hope and unity, to observe a moment of stillness, reflection, in order to extend our collective intention in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
About our determination together for humanity and the environment. It is now the time for us to take more real action. Let's start from small things. Start from what we know.
Saya percaya bahwa lilin-lilin yang menyala hari ini akan menjadi cahaya yang menerangi seluruh alam semesta. Cahaya ini akan semakin bersinar terang ketika jalan kebudayaan dikedepankan.
Mari kita teruskan jaga kerukunan, jaga kemesraan di antara kita. Tidak ada yang lebih penting daripada kerukunan, perdamaian. Hanya dengan perdamaian kita bisa meraih kesejahteraan. Hanya dengan perdamaian kita akan menjadi negara adil dan makmur.